Today, we've got 10 trees we're gonna talk about at the table, actually 20 getting listed, and we've got our Black Friday sale happening as well. So MrMaple.com/Black Friday. Guys, there's things getting listed just today as well. And the things that are listed today were different from the trees that were listed yesterday. So check out the sale each and every day from the Black Friday sale.
Incredible deals going on, guys. New plants getting added all the time. Let's get into it. First off, we've got Pusch.
Yeah, this is a Picea abies, so it's a Norway spruce, kind of low growing, very dense, dwarf. But the thing that makes Pusch really special are those purple cones that it gets.
This one commonly gets about 2 to 3 feet tall by about 4 foot wide. So it's got that low spreading habit to it. Colorful as all get out. I love that purple, almost lavendery new growth you can get on that. It's got that purple nurple look.
The purple nurple. Pusch is a next level conifer. It sells out quickly. Make sure to check out Fast with it today.
All right, y'all, we are bringing back Little Sango.
Acer palmatum Little Sango is a really neat introduction that was introduced in the nursery trade by Talon Buchholz. It was found as a witch's broom on the cultivar Sengokaku.
Tight, dense, compact, got a real flared foliage as well. I love the kind of twist this one has. Tends to be very multi-stemmed, which is great. Typically 5 to 6 feet tall, 5 feet wide, grows into more of a globe shape. Quintessential for container gardening. These are gonna work zone 6 through 9. If you go down in the container, typically take it down 1 zone cold hardness, so you'll need to protect in a zone 6. Absolutely love this plant in the container. Absolutely love this plant for the container garden interest though, because it has everything you like in a coral bark in a dense, compact fashion, but also more of it by being very multi-stemmed, guys. Beautiful plant, golden yellow fall color, so easy to grow.
And during those winter months, you get the coral bark that really make this tree shine during those winter months. Don't underestimate the fall color like you're talking about on these coral bark selections. Little Sango gives you some dynamic yellow fall colors, and with that dense, compact habit, it's easy to use in the landscape.
Little Sango sounds like a gunslinger to me. I like it. My favorite Western character, Little Sango. Love it. This one is also very sun tolerant, so it looks good in a good, dry, well-drained spot in the sun. Grab your Little Sango today. All right, Tim, what do we got next?
Guys, we've got one of those next level reticulated Japanese maples. I remember whenever we went to Tsukasa Maple, and I had to see the original Shigi no Hoshi. He had it sitting there in a container in Tokyoto, Japan, and it just stays dense, compact, with a white reticulated variegation with a little bit of just like a yellow hue to it. This is a next level, small, dense, slow growing reticulated Japanese maple.
Tsukasa Maple Nursery, one of my favorite introducers around the world. One of the guys that's kind of on the Mount Rushmore for introductions for sure. Absolutely love Shigi no Hoshi. You know, that original plant we saw it was in peak yellow fall color as well. You get some premium yellows on this one in the fall. Absolutely love it. I find this one to be the perfect pairing with another tree from Japan that you may see in stock more. I love pairing this one with a Magi Shiguri. It's kind of the perfect pairing. Both are dwarf, compact, 5 to 6 foot tall in a 10-year period. Both look great in a small container or planter. And I love the offset of those two together.
Great minds think alike, bro, because I was thinking the exact same thing.
It's because you're copying me in a previous video.
You put this thing out there, they're gonna have similar habits. The Magi Shiguri is gonna have that dark color, and the Shigi no Hoshi is gonna have that brighter color. These two trees pair with each other. Fall colors on a Magi Shiguri goes to that pink red. Shigi no Hoshi gets more of that yellow color in the fall. These are just some next level, dense, small, slower growing reticulated Japanese maples. With that style of variegation, give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun and don't over fertilize it to really get the most dynamic contrast between the veins and the rest of the leaf. And that's really gonna show off the best with these trees and the reticulation.
Hey, this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for the little brothers. Let's see what we got next. All right, man, what do we got next? What are these giant dogwoods?
We got Cornus capitata Mountain Moon. This is a semi-evergreen to evergreen dogwood. In that sort of Kusa dogwood kind of family, it's gonna be loaded with white blooms all across the selection. And in warmer zones, you get leaves that stay around year round. We actually have an evergreen dogwood here in East Flat Rock, North Carolina. It's semi-deciduous. It drops some of its leaves during the fall, but it keeps most of its leaves year round, which is quite impressive for us here in Western North Carolina.
Cornus capitata, fun to say. Mountain Moon evergreen dogwood, guys. You're gonna love these. Your neighbor's gonna be saying, yo dog, what is that dogwood? I love that semi-evergreen look. I think dogwoods that are evergreen have that next level characteristic in the garden. Sometimes we'll get fall color on these around Christmas, which holds later than everything else, which is kind of nice. Some years they'll stay completely evergreen here in zone 6. I've had that happen as well. just a showstopper, great looking plant, heat tolerant, good foliage to it. I think you're gonna love this one.
And you know, there's lots of different dogwoods out there. There's the sanguiniums that have those clustered blooms. There's the Cornus mosses that have those yellow blooms in early spring. This is like your Coosa dogwoods. You get the traditional dogwood bloom that people think of when they think of a dogwood. White blooms, just flowers all across the selection. As you get a mature specimen of this, it's just coated in those white blooms. You know, morning sun, afternoon shade, probably the best growing condition. If you're in some, you know, like California or Oregon conditions, you may be able to grow this tree in full sun. It's a next level dogwood, and I'm telling you, it's one you're going to really enjoy because it's not your traditional dogwood, but it still gives you some of those beautiful blooms.
Don't be surprised if this one goes into some fall colors for you late, typically very late after all your other plants. Perfectly healthy going dormant. So that's a factor that could happen in some climates. I think you're going to love this one though, and then some seeds could be completely evergreen for you.
Yeah, awesome tree. Make sure you check out Today Fast. Cornus capitata, Mountain Moon.
All right, from one semi-evergreen to another, we've got Acer laevigatum Hong Long.
Hong Long translates as red dragon. This was a seedling that was collected in the wild by our good friend Mark Wethington, who's the director of the J.C. Rouston Arboretum. He brought it back, put it in the Arboretum. We started grafting it early on, and it's next level. We convinced him to put a name on it, and this selection gets some really nice purple-red bark, and it's semi-evergreen.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have this one be more evergreen than others, just like the last plant. Typically at Buckholtz Nursery in Zone 8, they tend to stay more evergreen for us. Here in Zone 6B in Western North Carolina, they tend to be a little bit more deciduous. Perfectly healthy. I love this one for its purple bark. You get some crazy purple bark on this one. I mean, it is a lavender dark purple. I mean, absolutely love that maroon shade of purple you get on this. I've had it be light lavender in the spring. This one has a translucent glossy sheen to the older leaves and a dark purple new growth. So just a ton of color going on in this one. I have found that this one is very heat tolerant, but it isn't very sun tolerant. So you want to give this one a little bit more shade, especially in your hotter zones for your best foliage. Giving it some late day shade will protect that foliage. Doesn't want to be in a high heat environment, high sun environment, but high heat's not a problem at all.
Yeah, the purple new growth over top of that sort of glossy older growth. The older growth gets a blue-green kind of silver color to it that is very unique and different. And being Acer laevigatum, everyone in the maples loves laevigatum because it's more cold tolerant than many of the other evergreen maples. This tree will perform for many people across the country, just like Acer palmatum, but you just want to give it some of that protection from the hot afternoon sun, and you get this unique evergreen maple that people have probably never heard of, but the colors are so unreal, people are going to recognize it as a maple.
It's a great master gardener stump plant for you people that want to quiz people. Absolutely fun plant. These are grafted onto palmatum, so that closely related to your typical Japanese maples that they are on the same type rootstock we would graft Acer japonicums, Acer shirosodums, and Acer palmatums onto. Fun plant. You're going to love it in the landscape. Again, just a showstopper for the colors. We have a full breakdown where we show you some large stock plants of this at Buckholtz Nursery. Definitely go check that out if you want to see some specimens of Hong Long. Guys, let's bring back another MrMaple classic. We've got Kristin Star. This one's from Bill and Kristin Taylor, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Absolutely beautiful plant. Small leaves, durable, one of the best orange colors you'll ever see in the springtime.
Yeah, for us, you know, people, we've always talked about how this is almost like Akane. People really love Akane, but can have some growing issues with some fungal issues. Kristin Star gives you all the colors that people are searching for with Akane. Similar shape, but no fungal issues. And it is such a beautiful tree in the landscape. The spring colors are just delicious. You get some really just nice pink-orange colors in the early spring that are just next level. Some lime greens during the summer, and a unique spreading out habit.
You know, I was following somebody one time at a plant presentation, and they talked about how every plant you should plant is edible. And I had to go up and follow that. And so my first line was, all the things we're going to talk about today are edible, but they taste like crap. So it is edible. I don't know about delicious. The color's pretty next level, though. You're going to love this one. Maybe you can make some momiji tempura. You could sugar that bad boy up enough to make it delicious. But maple's typically not the tastiest plants. But you're going to love this one. Multi-stemmed, great container plant. Durable, beautiful. Can't say enough good things about this one. It's becoming very popular in the industry. You know, we introduced it here at MrMaple, again from Bill Taylor and Kristin Taylor finding it there. That original plant got a great caliper to it. Beautiful, not that big, small stature, dense, full, We'll have to go do a full cultivar breakdown at some point on that thing in the spring. This is one of my favorite plants though, and one that tends to sell out pretty quickly on Mr. Maple.
Now, speaking of that Momiji tempura, we did a breakdown of Matt and I making Momiji tempura. That's maple cookies in Japan. You should go check out that video as well.
I get tagged in that lady's real big deal video every year. I think it's a real big story, a real big deal. I forget. There's a YouTube channel that interviewed the same lady that we made Momiji tempura with.
Millions of views.
Oh, it's like goes viral every year. And every year somebody tags me in that video, and then I'll send her a picture of me and you hold up a Mr. Maple shirt with the same lady. I mean, nowadays people just think it's Photoshop, but the whole time people have been like, wow, I can't believe that. But it actually is real. We did meet her and make some Momiji tempura. Boom, surprise, we're dropping Red Panda.
What, Red Panda in a Black Friday sale? What's going on?
Panda Claus is coming to town. It's Thanksgiving, but Panda Claus has officially landed. I always tell my wife we can't put out Christmas decorations until the day after Thanksgiving. She never listens, but Panda Claus is here.
Red Panda is one of our newest introductions. It's got some bright red new growth. We've been releasing this as frequently as possible on Mr. Maple so that more people can make this, you know, that thing that they've been searching for in their garden. The hype got unreal for this tree, and we've been trying to get these in as many gardens as possible.
We've got it here for you today, guys. Grab you a Red Panda. We're going to keep dropping stock in these all the time so they're easy to get and legitimate and the real deal. Support the real nurseries that introduce cool stuff too, guys. If you want cool plants, support the people working on that for you. That goes for everything. But I really appreciate you guys hopping on that one. Red Panda gonna sell out today. They're always popular. Be ready at 10 a.m. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, man, let's bring back Acer palmatum Black Hole.
Yeah, this is a reticulated selection, new introduction by Talon Buchholz. One of the deepest, darkest blacks of any of the reticulated Japanese maples.
Now, we talked about Amagi Shiguri with that Shigi no Hoshi, but Black Hole, also a 6-foot dwarf, dark, reticulated form. This one with leaves more similar to Shigi no Hoshi in size. Perfect pairing here with that Shigi no Hoshi. This one, Talon named, very multi-stem, typically 6 foot and 10 years, zones 5 through 9. Some of the darkest reticulated foliage you'll ever see.
Now, we often term these the new ghosts. One of the ghost-like Japanese maples that were named post-ghost after he quit naming trees with the ghost name on them. But, you know, he introduced nebula, he introduced black hole, he introduced tiny stars. You think he's almost going with our mantra with Area 51 out of this world.
Right.
Because
we got the stellar the intergalactic collection here.
But this has a strong upright habit, that deep dark color. Put this deep dark color in sunlight to really, you know, give that deep dark color. If you put this in a more shaded situation to make it lost a little bit more, another way to brighten up an area with this selection, pair with something like a summer gold or a hot blonde, the contrast between the two are going to be very dynamic, and it's going to show off each tree better.
Grab you a black hole today. All right, y'all, we're bringing out some big ones today. These are the Norway maple Princeton Gold.
Yeah, Acer Platinoides Princeton Gold is one of those bright golden selections of a Norway maple. It lights up the early spring and the summer with some of the most yellow colors that I think I've ever seen on a tree. It's just outstanding. It makes a larger tree in the landscape, 12 to 15 feet in height by 12 to 15 feet in width. And it just makes a statement, a bold statement in the garden with those bright yellows.
Guys, these are going to work zones 4 through zone 7. I think you're going to love the yellow colorations of this. We got some shots of it at Buchholz Nursery. Let's go back and do a whole breakdown, one there in the ground. It is a showstopper. It brings that yellow interest for the summer and the spring. I think you're going to love it. I think it's going to compare well with a lot of other plants you have in the landscape. Put this next to a dark red Japanese maple and you've got color contrast for days.
Yeah, I mean, you pair this with a Tamukiyama or a garnet, something low cascading, you're going to contrast the shape as well as the colors as well. The yellow that this provides in the landscape can contrast so well against many of the other colors in the garden. You know I love the color yellow, and when you see this tree in the spring, you're going to love that color yellow too. Guys,
don't forget Black Friday is going on right now. We've got some amazing deals for you guys. It's MrMaple.com/Black Friday for the sale. New items list every single day. I think you're going to really want to tune in for Black Friday itself. There's some killer deals today, right now. They start at 9 a.m. Eastern. By the time you watch this video, the deals are already live. Go shop. You can always let our office know to combine things later from the 10 at 10 purchases. We're going to be dropping nonstop plants for you guys, and I really appreciate you. We really mean it from the bottom of our hearts. We're so thankful for our customers, because without you guys, Tim and I don't get to do this. We love this. We're passionate about it. It really is my passion in life, is growing colorful trees, Japanese maples, now through Buckholz Farm and Mr. Maple.
I mean, it's been a year with Talon Buckholz.
Yeah.
It's been a year since we've had Buckholz Nursery. We couldn't have done that if it wasn't for great customers like you. And we appreciate all y'all, everyone who follows this channel, everyone who watches the videos, everyone who shops with us. We couldn't thank you enough.
We're so blessed to be able to do this, guys, and that really starts with you guys shopping with us. That helps pay the bills. It lets our employees do all kinds of amazing things. We were able to recently offer insurance for our employees and paid time off. So our nursery gets to do new things because of you guys. You guys are a part of that. You're the reason we get to grow here. So I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to your family, but also thank you from our family business.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.